How's it going, everybody? Joys of Sorrow. Welcome to the Joys of Sorrow channel. You know what? I have this angled in the wrong direction. There we go. Okay. So, should wait for some people to come in. Make sure that chat's available. Chat is available. That's excellent. Glad to hear that. Low video quality. Please check. Okay. Put the phone right behind it. Yeah, there we go. That'll help increase the quality a bit. But, alright. Sorry, guys. I'm just setting up. Hey, Deborah. Good morning. Before I start, looks like, Flaccid Fapper has, decided some move against me. He decided to flag one of my, videos, and just basically he only got it age restricted, which really was it's like throwing a speckle of dirt in my car. It meant nothing, but as a nice little courtesy and burn, I had copies of videos that Tallywhacker made before his channel disappeared. It's particularly the one in the mountain background, and he's verbally making threats that he's going to be flagging channels and all that. So I went ahead and sent that along with a few screenshots from that stream where Tally showed off the many accounts he was using to troll people and some other stuff, and let them know, hey, this guy is still around and he wants to just be a problem for people. So we'll see how that goes. So have fun, fucker. But anyways, before I start, I should show you guys what I picked up from the shop today. As usual, picked up my Diablo shatter joint, but I also picked up this. It's called the only manufacturing brand I see is Flavor. Is the brand, and it's OG Kush shatter. It's only a half gram. It's not that expensive. It was like 14 bucks. So if I like it, I'll buy full gram ones. But this one and the chair, there's another company, I think it's called House Brand, AK Flavor. Yes, you guys are hearing Mocha cry. There she is, the Mocha puppy. She is crying outside, but it's raining. So I'm hoping the rain will die out in a little while, so that we can go walk. By the way, hello Lynn, hello Sam. Deborah, I'm in a little because I'm using a different YouTube app to show you guys. The app is unfortunately going to be apparently shut down soon, but this app makes it simple for me to screen share something with you guys. I was actually trying to work out Streamlabs, the mobile version. But it just didn't work out for me. I have to watch some video. Anyways, I need to start up on my first joint of the day. Morning. Oh, you know what, Mac, now that you're here, and hey, Jim as well. Mac, I don't know if it's going to rain like this. It'll stop tomorrow. If not, I mean, if you still want to hang out, we can hang out. Obviously, fishing is probably not going to be the best idea to do in the middle of the rain, especially near the... We'll talk about that later. So, head and, curry are really, my favorite. You guys are having audio issues? Hold on. Let me see here. It's not my phone. Whatever. It says video output low. Why is my video output low? Don't need to know about that. I don't need to know Tommy's streaming. Okay, there. Low. Probably the rain. The rain might actually be causing me issues. I think it's the rain. The rain, or maybe this app. Shit, because if I can't use the app, can't really screen share. Mocha, stop crying. Stop yourself. Stop yourself. You know what? Here, let me try something else. Okay. I forgot that I had attached the tablet is actually still attached to my car by Bluetooth, so that helped out a little bit. Hopefully that helped out. Okay, all of a sudden my stream health went to excellent, so I'm assuming that helped out. All right, like your shop. Delicious. The breakfast of champions. Oh yeah. So, alright, let's get to this. How's it going, Robert? For those of you who don't know, SHOT Show is an annual show that's held in Las Vegas. Really can't tell you how long it's been around. No, it's been around for a long time, at least, I think 20 or so years. Well, SHOT Show, unfortunately, is not open to the public. So the only way you can really see anything about SHOT Show or live it is either work in the industry and get a chance to go, or live through it vicariously or through YouTube. I had a chance to do it in 2012. I wish I had a second chance to do it because that show is so massive that it cannot be covered in 2 days or even in a weekend. It's just insane how big it is. So we're gonna go through some of these videos. Now I am going to have to stop every so often during the video to make opinions and to give comments, seeing as how, you know, Flaccid Fapper is on the move right now. I need to be very considerate and use the term free use properly and fair use. You follow the rules of fair use, which being that I can display videos of other channels so long as I am commenting and giving opinion. Also, I'm going to be using this a bit as an educational thing as we look at some of the handguns or, you know, rifles and stuff that I've seen throughout the show. So let's see. First ones I'd like to go through. Hate to rent. All right, Deborah. Well, you have a good day. Okay. I guess we'll go with TFB TV. This is the Firearm Blog channel. If you guys don't know who the Firearm Blog is, it's thefirearmblog.com. It's a blog specifically about firearms. I actually know about this website, and I'm a big fan of it because it is one of the more in-your-face news sites regarding the firearm industry that are quick to tell you about new products that are coming out. And one thing that is getting a lot of attention right now are pistol caliber carbines. Some people might call them submachine guns. Submachine guns, however, would be more of a military term, as a submachine gun requires to go, you know, to work and have a fully automatic function and a select fire function. A pistol caliber carbine is not as short. It does not have a short of a barrel as a submachine gun, because if they still have a rifle stock, they have to be a minimum of 16.5-inch barrels. And I mean, yes, you can add those special stocks that are meant the brace stocks, but at that point it's technically by law a pistol, not a carbine. So again, terminology here. So let's start with this video right here. Okay, where did my sound go? Try that again.
Hey guys, James Reeves
There we
with TFB TV. As you all know, just got back from SHOT Show 2019. Out at a SHOT one thing was this year. SHOT Show this year. And I think that has something to do with the compact weapon you may be familiar.
Okay, the Army subcompact weapon solicitation, let's talk about that a little bit. Not too many years ago, and this actually is new information for me as well, the U.S. military decided that it was going to point out a contract for having people design them caliber submachine gun or carbine from an AR-15 platform. Now, I'm not 100% sure that the AR-15 platform was a requirement. However, it does seem like some of the companies that have designed it or made some form similar to the AR-15 platform, which does make sense. I mean, if our soldiers trained on the M4 and the M16, which are AR-15 platforms, so it would just be easier to have a weapon of a similar configuration, ergonomics, and all that. So that it wouldn't take them too long to get used to the weapon. And the weapon is a much lower caliber, although it being a bigger bullet. But that's, again, that's another debate.
With the fact, we've been over at the blog, at thefirearmblog.com, quite often that they solicited a bunch of these manufacturers to try to get them to submit a subcompact 9mm PDW for some sort of funky government contract. It's kind of like things are cyclical, right? You go from having like the MP5 9mm carbine to moving to the 18, seeing shorter and shorter M4s in rifle caliber, to now the 9mm carbine coming back into vogue, because there are a lot of really neat things you can do with a 9mm carbine that you can't really do with a rifle caliber carbine. So
this is very true. You know, last few years, the many police departments around the world, and even the here in the U.S. and the FBI themselves, were for a while carrying .40 caliber firearms, handguns particularly. If you know anything about handguns, the .40 caliber is nothing more than a cut down 10mm. And the 10mm earns its homage back to the whole Miami Vice shooting, I think, of the late or mid 1980s. 40 cal and the 357. If you guys remember that video that I showed where Hoodoo Bitch was talking about a 22, if you guys look at the statistics back about a decade and a half ago, the 357 Magnum and the .40 caliber were practically tied as being the most effective calibers out of all of them, because they had the most one-shot incapacitation counts on them. But thanks to modern technology, it seems like the 9mm is regaining favor. Now, another thing I want to throw out is a 9mm, when you put it behind a 14 to 16 inch barrel, picks up a lot more velocity than you'd think, to the point where that bullet has the same energy and the same power as a full 6-inch barreled 357 Magnum revolver shooting it, but it's going to be a hell of a lot more accurate because of the longer barrel.
I'm glad to see this trend. I'm glad to see that there were so many pistol caliber carbines and submachine guns at SHOT Show 2019. In fact, of all the SHOT Shows I've been to, this one by far had the most. So I was absolutely giddy racing from every single manufacturer that was displaying a new pistol caliber carbine. I had a very tough time picking my 5 favorites, but here they are.
That is a pretty good.
The Angstadt Arms SCW-9, or Subcompact Weapon 9. If you think this is just another 9mm pistol caliber AR-15 that accepts Glock mags, you're absolutely wrong. It's got some unique functions and capabilities, and that's what you're going to see with the rest of this list. All of these guns are not just run-of-the-mill 9mm AR-15 clones that you could pick up from, say, like Palmetto State Armory.
Let me give a little reference to this. What he means by this is 9mm, since its popularity, a lot of people have actually wanted to build rifles and carbines without a 9mm with an AR, using an AR-15 platform. There's a few reasons to do this. Main reason is the design of the AR-15, the way that it's designed. The upper and lower are two separate parts. You can basically separate the upper from it and replace it with another one. And as long as it's the same caliber, you can do different barrel lengths, different configurations, things like that. Now, the idea here is if you have a 9mm upper and a 9mm adapter for your magazine well, you can then use, for example, if you own a Glock 9mm, let's say you can pretty much use the same magazines you have for your handgun in your rifle. You need to stop, please. And that way, you save a lot of money on cost of ammunition, and for practice and all that, you still have the ergonomics and ability to practice with your main rifle. So that's kind of the advantage to that. I think also another thing is it allows you to use the AR-15 platform in a more reasonable way for personal defense. Although there's a lot of people that say that the over-penetration thing is a myth. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Just get one for like $400 from there. No, these all do something neat. They all do something different. And the Angstat, its claim to fame is the overall length of this thing, whenever you have the stock collapse, is only 14 inches. 4 pounds.
Half inches.
So it's
4 pounds, I don't know, I think that's kind of heavy for something so small. AR-15, standard AR-15 maybe will be about 5.5, 6.5 pounds. You're using a smaller bullet. You're not using so long of a barrel. 4.5 pounds seems like a lot of weight for something so small.
extremely lightweight and compact package. Now, it's done that through using, they say, a non-proprietary bolt carrier group, and I wish in my interview I would have pushed to say, okay, well, who makes the bolt carrier group? If it you guys. There's a non-proprietary carrier group that's small.
Non-proprietary meaning that it is not a bolt carrier group specifically built for the firearm, meaning you can probably get it from another manufacturer.
Stat invented this stock, and it is really.
This is true. If you guys seen the tube that the stocks for the AR-50s go over, that tube holds a spring, a buffer, and a little metal piece. The buffer, it's guide, I think it's called. And that's about a good 7-8 inches long. So for them to shorten that thing out to 2 inches, that's pretty amazing.
Cool. Extremely compact, but still very easy to deploy and stable.
4-inch barrel, 3-lug adapter. It's built on the same chassis. System 9, which has been out for about 5 years now. Very popular.
I think 4 inches is small for a barrel, something like that.
Using AR-15, the same manual of arms. So if M5 one is up and you just one of the 6 finalists for that.
Okay.
And met your so trial really well for them. Moving on to number 4, the Stag 10mm carbine. It's about damn time that somebody made a 10.5-inch short-barreled 10mm AR-15 carbine.
Okay, so 10mm. Back to the whole Miami Vice shooting in the late 80s. Okay, so basically a shooting happened in Florida, in Miami, Florida, and the FBI agents who were there were running for the first time, I believe, the 10mm Colt 1911s. I think particularly the 1911 Delta Eagle, I think, or Delta Eagle, something like that. And thing is, 10mm, guys, is a very powerful. The only thing I can compare 10mm to in paper-wise is a caliber called the 41 Action Express. They came out, I think about 40 something years ago, and it didn't have too much traction or popularity. Especially right after the 10mm came out, you know? You could have that same power in a semi-automatic platform with much more rounds, why wouldn't you? However, the round became too, you know, it was noticed the round, women was cut down and became the .40 caliber. So having a submachine gun or a pistol caliber carbine that could do 10mm, that's fine because you're going to brace it with a stock, or you'll have a lot more meat in the body of the gun to take that recoil from that caliber.
That accepts Glock 20 mags. Thank God Stag finally came out and done did it.
It does take Glock magazines, so our magazine is specifically designed to not accept properly the improper magazine. So you have a 40 and put 40 magazine. Yeah, so if I try to jam a Glock 23 mag in here, not gonna work.
Okay, I almost misunderstood that for a second. Good.
Correct. Simply an AR-15 style pistol. 20 mag, hand arm, have very some design features.
So see, I like that 10.5-inch barrel. Although 10.5 inches is probably the most I would go for if you're trying to keep something compact. 7-8 inches, that'd be kind of ideal. But yeah, not that short 4-inch barrel like the other one.
Integrated again. So while this one is the blend, it doesn't have special per se. Just a AR-15. Can you really say it's just a 10mm AR-15 SBR with a 10.5-inch barrel that accepts Glock magazines? I don't think so.
Yes, I can.
Cool. Moving on to number three. Number three as in Tri-Lug for the PTR 9KT. Reveal from what?
Okay, let me give you guys a little bit of history on at least what this gun is supposed to be. These from this company are basically copies of the HK MP5s, HK MP5Ks, popular submachine gun that featured a roller delayed blowback system, and I mean it is really had the privilege of shooting one. Not a fully automatic one, mind you. I'd still one of like my dreams today is to go to a place like a range where I can find a full auto MP5 and shoot it. Specifically, the MP5 SD6. That's the one with the built-in integral suppressor. I own it. It'd be a lot of money and insurance and all that shit to own and paperwork and fee, but still, I'd love to shoot one. But yeah, these guns are great defense weapons and things like that. For the last maybe decade or so, there's companies who have come out with these, but unfortunately, you still pay a lot of money for them. They're usually over $1,000.
PTR-9, they sent me one for testing. It's basically, that's their MP5 one. PTR, who's made reliable, good PTR-91 308 years. They finally started making 9mm MP5 clones. We got a first look at them last year at SHOT Show. Got to shoot them.
Like I told you guys, they've been making this for a little bit.
And then I got my review copy. I ran the heck out of it, and now we've got a full auto sear in it, and we've just been running it silly, and it's worked perfectly the entire time. So I'm really excited to see them launch the sexiest version of the H&K MP5, and that is...
Hey, Roger. Shit, I already forgot the model name of it, but yeah, it's a civvy version of an MP5. Real deal. Great though. I mean, like I was telling everybody though, the only problem with these is they usually over $1,000, even these semi-auto versions, and being original German parts from the original MP5. I believe they're using Turkish. Anybody if I'm wrong. I think they're using Turkish parts because there's a few countries that actually have the licensing and tooling from Germany to make the tooling. Turkey is one of them. Iran, I believe, is another company that and G3s.
Bonuses. With PTR, not only do you get the original diopter size, rail your optics, unlike the original MP5.
That's
not only
cool.
Do you get a trial
That I like.
MP5K, but you get half by 28 threads.
On the original MP5s, and anybody who still follows that design, the MP5 requires a special claw mount for you to add optics to. And those optics mount used to be a pain in the ass to find. Now, not so much. But still, some people complain that some of the off-brand ones don't really work so well. You know, they might point a little to the left, a little to the right, for receiver than an accessory. And the original style drum sight.
Adapter or by direct thread, your call. It's also got mag release. Civilian guns, paddle mag release.
That's true.
That's the position selector.
Sear drop-in means that you can if you have the actual paperwork and legal stuff to do so, you can buy what's called the full auto sear kit, and of course you're gonna have to register it and everything. How's it going, Parker? Make the gun full auto. While I've fired some fully automatic weapons in my life, I will tell you, if I had to own one, I probably never shoot it, or I'd shoot it in semi-automatic only. Let me give you an example. A box of AK bullets cost about here $6-7 for a pack of 20. Each magazine holds 30. Let's say, just for fuck's sakes, I'm going to get 2 magazines worth 60 rounds. So 20, 40, 60. That's already, let's say, about 18 bucks plus tax, 20 bucks. It's 20 bucks right there in bullets, 2 magazines. The gun, AKs shoot about an average of 650 to 700 rounds per minute. That's not even 10 seconds worth of fun, guys. It's fucked, you know? If I shoot that thing in full auto, I just dropped to $20 in like 11 seconds. Because that's how fast, maybe 15 seconds, because that's how long it'll take for me to burn through both of them, and I'm including the time to exchange the magazine.
For safe, single fire, full auto. So if you see her, just put it in, you're good to go. With plastic furniture, it's got a free-flowing M-LOK handguard, and one of the neatest features about PTR's MP5K is it accepts MP5 stocks or SIG MP stocks. All that's cool. Number 3. Pressing on to my number 2, which arguably could be a number 1 contender, that is the Fightlight MXR. What makes the Fightlight MXR so unique? Well, its upper is the registered component, which makes it easy to swap out your lowers. You can go from 9mm Glock mag lower to an FN 5.7 lower.
Okay, that is interesting, because here's the thing. With the AR-15s, the lower receiver is actually the registered part. So the upper, in this case here, the upper is the registered part of the weapon. And it's the lower that it changes, so that you could change to different calibers and whatnot. It's an interesting way to go.
Obviously, you're also going to have to change the barrel, but fortunately, that's not tough because it uses an Uzi-style barrel nut. You can swap the barrel in seconds. At the present moment, they're making it in 22, 9mm, 10mm, 40, 357 SIG, 45, or 5.7. Or at least that's the plan so far.
The first guns that are going to ship are going to be Glock 9mm. Right. I mean, so you can take the double-stack Glock mags, throw that in. Also
want to point out, if you guys actually look at the stock, it's not actually a stock. That is a pistol brace. So that is not a rifle or compact rifle. That is technically by law a pistol. And then say a year down the line, you get a crazy idea of switch like. We're gonna have adapters that you take the 2 pins out and you drop the magazine in the right spot, so you can take CZ, SIG, Smith & Wesson, so forth and so on. You can really adapt it to any magazine and any caliber too. 5.7, 22 LR. You can do a 40, 357 SIG, 45 ACP, and even 10 mil.
There's also going to be compatibility with Glock mags, Beretta mag, and CZ mags, S&W mags. All you have to do is switch out the lower, switch out the barrel. It's got 4 controls, manual of arms. However, really neat is the MX had left-hand non-reciprocating charging manual. Perhaps
That's pretty cool.
About the XR, you're hearing about all of these pistol caliber carbines that are going to be in excess of $1,000, maybe in excess of $2,000. The MXR is going to come in at $799 MSRP.
That is fucking nice right there. I gotta admit, that is a good price point at about $800, because it'll cost you almost as much to build a 9mm AR, or just a pistol caliber AR, because you know you can't use let's say for example, if you're actually going to buy the lowers for those calibers, you have to get a new jig, because you know you're not going to have the jig millimeter version. Some of those actually have custom mag wells in different sizes. So I mean, your main tools such as your Dremel, your drill press, that's all going to be the same shit, but some of the jig definitely is going to change. So you know, and then you will require different parts, but that price point is pretty good for what it can do. It's a pretty good price point.
That's amazing. I'm looking forward to it, and this is definitely a must-buy for me. Finally, my favorite pistol caliber carbine / submachine gun of the 2019 SHOT Show was the unnamed Noveske prototype 9mm AR. A lot of you are going to be really upset about this, because this one, of all of them, doesn't really do much different than, you know, I kind of lied at the beginning. I said everything on this list is going to be somewhat
that looks
from your run-of-the-mill 9mm.
Okay, we need to get a better shot of it. Come on, man.
It's just
show me a better shot.
Slick and so sexy and so good looking. I love it. One of the commenters in the
stop. Okay. Yeah, that's not really all that unique. Like I was mentioning you guys earlier, if you guys see this one right here, that has a 9mm or a pistol caliber magwell. You can see that it's not the same. It's not a big magwell like the AR-15 ones. Layered, that's good. Lights on it. That looks like it may be a Glock. What about an Uzi? Unfortunately, Uzis are not practical anymore. I know there's a company that's bringing them back. I think they've already brought them back in 22, but they're supposed to make 9mm and 45 versions as well. Trying to remember it, but unfortunately, the Uzi, you know, the Uzi is kind of cool. In practicality, it's no longer a practical gun. Okay, let me go ahead and play this, guys, and I'm gonna end this soon.
Video referred to it as Gucci gear for Instagram warriors. Description. Yeah, it's a Noveske prototype AR-15 9mm. What I like about it is it's going to come with 32-round Colt mag compatibility instead of Glock mag compatibility.
Colt mag?
Glock mag compatibility.
Huh. Colt mag compatibility. That's interesting. A little off, though, too. I can see why everybody's talking about like they're saying the Gucci of guns. Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's convenient, it's cheap, it's nice. It doesn't look good as the 32-round Colt mag. So this is a very handsome gun. It does have some somewhat unique features.
Okay, so it has a 3-lug
adapter.
Lug adapter, kind of like the MP5s do.
Just like an MP5, which is pretty brilliant. It's got a beveled and flared magazine, while unlike the MP5,
okay, that's cool. The paddle.
It's going to be a little bit easier. It's got this beautiful,
so it's like,
seamless handguard to receiver.
It's like an AR. It's like an AR-15 and an MP5 fucked.
One of the best ones out there, except unlike the Q, which only has one length, this one's got two, which is kind of neat. This is also my favorite interview shot because I got to interview my boy Mike Pop.
Okay, that's most of it right there. You know what? I'm just gonna do the pistol caliber carbines for this. I'm gonna try to do another gun stream soon, and so what do you guys think? I mean, I know Parker, you weren't here for the whole thing. Roger, I'm not too sure if you were here for the whole thing, but I do think that pistol carbines are a thing that people should be actually looking more seriously. Especially for things like home defense or your first firearm. Intimidating. It's not going to have a heavy recoil, but yet it is validly and proven to be a useful home defense and self-defense weapon, you know. So I would definitely say, if you guys are looking into firearms, whether it be your first time, you know, or you're looking into getting a new gun, think about a pistol caliber carbine. That might be something that you will appreciate. And there's a bunch of other models that are out there. My personal favorite, and you guys back up videos for it, I think you might like it too, the Kel-Tec Sub 2000. Whether it's the first or second generation model, that is a great little pistol caliber carbine. It folds up into about a 16-inch package so that you could shove it into a bag. Obviously, you cannot fire it when it's folded because it literally folds in half, and the bolt carrier is on the opposite side of where the ammo and stuff goes. But I would definitely look at one of those. Unfortunately, if you live in California, it sucked to get it because the way that California law is set up, I'll have to show you guys one day, but I'll make a video on that. But guys, thanks for watching this video, or the stream, I should say. It's Mocha Dog to get a walk, and it looks like the rain has actually stopped for just a little bit. So, I'm going to go get the dog to walk. If you guys like the stream, hit the like button, subscribe.